Hey, what I'm up though, guys? Your favorite auditor, audit them, the one who encourages you to audit them. It's been a long time coming. I do have my clipboard with me today. I am not in my uniform, however, I do have my clipboard. I do have the Freedom of Information Act with me. I do have my body cam with me as well. Again, I cannot control the attitude of a public official. So we're gonna see how this goes here. I'm here to do a few inspections and obtain public records. I do not recall coming to this town hall. I may have though. Nope, I don't think so. I do. The clerk, village president. Some public record here. I am recorded in 4K quality, so make sure that you do watch it in 4K quality. Look at that. Ordinances are available for public viewing at the information desk. So here is the trustee Parks and Recreation. Okay, anyhow, let me step in the line here. Hello, hi. Could I see the ordinances book for the most current ordinance book? Come again?
What do you look? Carrie, if you go to administrative side, all the way straight down to the left.
Okay, that's where the ordinance book is at?
Admin team, Carrie can help you out.
Okay, sure. What's the first name of that employee?
Carrie.
Carrie, sure.
Sorry, when I on my phone it says Olivia works, and I didn't. Okay. So I just started talking.
Which hall is that? Oh, that's finance. Okay. Okay. Then you know what? Let me do that there. Ma'am, I also need to do an inspection on the general fund, most current general fund.
You said most current. I'm sorry.
General fund?
Funds? Okay.
That's correct.
Okay, just give 1 moment.
Sure. So far, so good. Again, guys, you do see my body camera. I am wearing my body camera here. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Nice little town hall, nice Christmas tree. Thank you for practicing social distance.
So that will also be with administration. Carrie can help you out. All the way
Okay,
straight
sure.
down to the left.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Now she's gonna get on the horn and call that employee. There's a guy filming. Oh, that's the mayor's office. See, she's on the phone, as I told you. Look, she's peeking. You see, they send me over here to, they send me down the hall to the mayor's office.
Hey,
Carrie.
can I help you?
No, thank you. Need to see Carrie. Is Carrie in here?
Yes.
Okay, sure. Hi, ma'am. Ma'am, I need to do an inspection on the most current general fund.
The most current general fund.
That is correct.
Hold on.
Sure. Take a business card here. water transmission main.
Hey, I'm looking for Denise. He's looking to view the most current, general fund.
It's cool here.
Okay. Thank you. Bye. Okay.
Stick around for a few minutes?
Yes, please.
Sure. Cool license plates.
Yeah, pretty old.
Mm-hmm.
The budget document for the audit report.
The general fund with the account numbers.
So the general fund with the account numbers. Not sure if it's in one or the other.
So what I'm looking at here is the Village of Lincolnwood public record requests, official request form. However, here at the bottom it says the village will disclose the public records requested on the request form within 21 business days, which is a violation of state statutes. Takes 5 days to respond, not 21 days. So this form definitely got to be corrected. It also got, according to state statute, there's no standard form to be filed. This form is a little intimidating as it is 4 pages long. Let me pause. What's the name of your village clerk?
Borough Herman.
Thank you. Is that also your FOIA officer?
We have 2 FOIA officers. It's Carrie, and then we have someone in the police department as well.
Cool.
Alright, finance is printing that for you, so it's gonna be 10 minutes.
Oh, is the one that's readily available not available? The hard copy?
We don't have a hard copy readily available, it's on the website, but you're looking for budget numbers, right?
No, the general fund with the account numbers on the side.
Right.
That's in the budget.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, that may be what I'm looking for when they print it out.
Okay.
Do you have your you are the FOIA officer
Mhm.
with the completed training certificate? Okay, ma'am, do you have your do you have the most current FOIA log for the year presently available for inspection? Do you maintain an electronic copy or hard copy?
Well, actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get Chuck Meyer for you, and he's gonna answer your question.
Okay, who is Chuck Myers?
He's the assistant village manager.
Oh, okay,
Okay,
sure. But you are the FOIA officer.
I am.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey everyone.
Hey, how's it
Do you have a
going?
question?
Yeah, are you the village FOIA officer?
I'm a FOIA officer. Also put your mask on correctly. Thank you. What's your
Okay.
question?
Sure, I need to do an inspection on the FOIA log, most current FOIA log. Do you maintain a FOIA log as an electronic or hard copy?
FOIA log?
That is correct.
So we do
Oh, a log.
yeah.
No, we don't maintain a log.
According to state statute, every FOIA officer is supposed to maintain a FOIA log.
We scan all our documents, so we have it that way.
We have a
That is
scanned and
correct.
laser feed, and then we also, on each one of our board meetings, it's how many, we list the FOIA as a public record, which you can search our village website on. So if you go back and go through the village board meetings, you can actually see that on that.
Currently, at this second, I am in town hall to do an inspection on physical hard copy.
We don't, if you want to contact our law firm, Elrod Freeman, you can contact them and they'll be able to.
What's your name, sir?
My name is Jonathan, though.
John, what's your job title?
Assistant to the village manager.
Assistant to the village manager. Okay, I don't need to contact your third-party attorney in order for your compliance with the Freedom of Information Act.
Plus, you're gonna use down. We're in a pandemic. So, ask that question again, sir?
Yes, again, sir, I do not need to contact your third-party attorney in order for you to comply with the Freedom of Information Act.
Are you filing a Freedom of Information Act, or are you asking for records related to our Freedom of
No,
Information
sir, I'm wanting to do an inspection on the FOIA log most current.
FOIA log? So how we log our FOIA for the village is how we go through, is we post it on at each one of our village board meetings. Do you want the most recent one?
Well,
So,
no, we used to. Right now, the only log we have is their scan and delete their fiche as soon as they are completed.
Yes.
And that is our,
then at the end of the year, we usually provide something for the state of Illinois.
I don't believe so.
So, can you give me a copy of the statute you're speaking of?
Of which statute exactly?
Of the log request that you're asking for?
Sure. Okay, here, 5 ILCS 143, each public body shall make available to any person for inspection or copying of all public records.
Let me see.
Also, another thing, ma'am, you being a FOIA officer with a completed training certificate, who's the one who drafted this standard form here you have?
That would be our village attorney.
Oh, your village attorney, okay. It says the village will disclose the public record requested on the requested form within 21 business days.
If it's a commercial request.
Yes.
But nowhere does it specify that if it's a commercial request. That's just saying in general. That's not determining whether it's a.
We direct because sometimes the residents or other people who come into here do not know if they're actually presenting a commercial request or a regular request. We work with each client as they come in, or resident, or outside agency to distinguish if their request is a commercial or regular request.
So who would I have to speak to in order to correct this here, this
We
form?
would speak to our village attorney. and we
Okay.
would have him-
I might do that at a later time, ma'am. I might speak with your village attorney at a later time. I might send over an email in the near future about that regard.
We normally take information and then give that to our village attorney to reach out to you.
Okay, sure. Well, anyhow, yep, need to do an inspection on that FOIA log. Meanwhile, I'm waiting for the general fund to be printed out. Roughly around how many pages is the general fund?
It talks to finance about that one.
It's over, Denise is printing that, it's over 200 pages.
Over 200 pages?
Mhm.
Okay. Is it a copy for me to take or just inspect?
Hold on one moment.
Sure.
Hi. Okay. Normally when you're requesting a document, you would fill out the FOIA request form for that document, and then we would provide it to you.
Okay, ma'am, that's only if the copy needs to be reproduced.
And it is being reproduced.
Yeah, but it should be readily available. That's a general
It's on
fund.
the
Actually-
website. That's the way that we have. it
According to
available.
state statutes, ma'am,
So
it's
this state statute that you're talking about, request for inspections of copies shall be made in writing and directed to the public body. Each public body either complies with or denies the request for public records within 5 business days.
Sir.
Is part of this list. So we would need
Sir.
that in writing and then in 5 business days. Thank you.
Sir, you're reading one paragraph of 55 pages. Do you need me to provide other additional statutes?
No, it's the same statute. So if you look, sir, if you go from right back to the provisions selection of this act to right off of it, it's part of the same thing. So if you're
Sir.
asking for.
Sir, public records are to be furnished immediately if they are readily available, and I will pull that statute up momentarily.
Yep, thank you.
Got the copy
Here's that statute right
Yeah,
here.
we'll go out. I'll go out.
All requests for inspection and copying received by a public body shall immediately be forwarded to this Freedom of Information officer. Each public body shall promptly either comply with or deny a request. So let's say you want to point that out, which there's other statutes that say.
Correct.
What would be your clear and convincing evidence why you would want to deny a request for public
Wouldn't be denied,
records?
it'd be doing in the allotted time, that we have to do so.
Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and also read the statute that says public records shall be immediately furnished. You see, like if the public records needs, for example, let's say if you have an oath of office, if that needs to be as a public record, it would take 5 days to pull that out of the file cabinet, scan it, and forward it over to the requester. But if something is readily available, it should be immediately furnished. Let's say, for example, a general fund or ordinances.
Budget, ordinances, those
Yep.
kind of different things.
They could be online, also they could be viewed in person as well.
Correct, but there's specific information in FOIA requests that we would either have to review with our attorneys before we share that information with you.
Well, sir, that's in regards to exemptions. A public ordinances general fund has no exemptions.
We're not talking about the general fund, we're getting that for you right now.
Sure.
Yeah, so like, there's different things that we can furnish right now, and there are different things that by law we would have additional time, to produce those documents for you to request.
Well, that's if you ask for me to allow you one additional 5 business days if I grant you an additional extension.
We're not asking for an extension, we're asking for the initial. So if you're doing a FOIA request, for example, a resident or anyone who would come in here we'd have to be able to furnish those documents within a certain number of business days. Go to our, work with our attorney to see if there's anything we would redact or those kinds of things back and forth, and then furnish that document for whoever requested it. This would be a similar process if I'm reading that correctly. And we could also follow up with our third-party attorney to make sure that we're complying with what you're asking. But if I'm reading that correctly, about the law, we would have 5 business days to do so, and kind of more specify what in the log are you actually looking for. So is there something within that log as far as just dates and times of the FOIAs that we were requested, or are you looking more for something along those lines?
Well, it's illegal for you to ask that question. However, let's see what these books are here. Hello, hi, ma'am. Is that a copy for me to keep there?
Yes, it is. This is a copy of our budget document, and it's available
Amazing.
online as well, if that's easier.
Sure, I prefer hard copy. It's much
Perfect.
easier for me.
All right.
What's your first name?
Denise.
Thank you for your compliance. Have a blessed
Very
day.
welcome.
So it's illegal for you to ask me what my purpose is for viewing public records, sir, according to state statutes. However, what I do want to inspect is the responses and determinations, which will not be listed online.
Responses and determinations for what?
FOIA requests?
Yeah, for each individual FOIA request. That is
Okay,
correct.
So you're looking for copies of responses to FOIA requests?
No, ma'am, not copies. I'm looking to inspect the actual FOIA log. Let's say you had 100 FOIA received requests in the year of 2021. That would be maintained electronically or hard copy in boxes. That's what I'm looking to inspect. Whether it's on a computer or it's in hard boxes with,
Okay,
paper
so
clips.
copies of actual FOIA requests, again, those are items that we would have the village attorney review, because there are certain items that need to be redacted before you can do that. You would
No,
not
ma'am,
get
that-
the,
Okay, well, anyhow, ma'am, that's not what it says, say statute. If you did send it over, it has to be redacted. Let's say you did respond, but if I viewed them in person, I won't be taking any digital
it does
photographs.
not matter if there's personal information on there, such as an address or a signature, that is not for you to view.
Can you give me that state statute real quick, just so I have it? listed?
The one that you read?
The one that I read,
Sure.
that we have a, so
Okay.
this is about the logs that you're requesting, so because I think there's
Okay, here it is. 5 ILCS 140.
5 ICLS,
No, ILCS, Illinois Compiled Statutes,
and that's 40,
140,
140, and then is there a typo?
space 3, subsection A.
Okay, can I see that one more time?
Absolutely.
I'll probably take a picture of it too, just so I can quickly.
Well, if you take a picture on the course of your duties, you are creating a public record, sir.
Correct, I think I know that.
You are the sworn clerk here, sir?
Sworn clerk,
Are you the village clerk?
I'm not the village clerk.
Oh, no? Okay.
Hello.
Hey, Chuck.
Hi.
140-3.
Yes, and this is the general fund that I did want to inspect because it does have the account numbers here. And in order for me to finalize my Freedom of Information request, I would need to inspect this book here. Now,
That's your book to keep too. We
amazing.
available readily online for the past 15 years.
Well, sir, I like taking notes and highlighting things on hard copy paperwork, which you're unable to do on a computer.
Yeah, but I don't see this one.
Now, I'm going to be putting up the statute where it shows the books being readily available to be immediately furnished. Drop your phone there.
Matt, do you want to go in your in my office with your computer to run the
Yeah.
communications meeting, and I'll hang out over here?
Yeah. That'd be great.
Okay.
Sorry, we don't want to give someone. We have another meeting, but he's going to go to. But I'm going to stay here if you have any questions.
Sure.
While we're trying to figure stuff out, okay? I'm just going to grab my computer.
Well, I really don't need you guys' assistance as long as I have compliance from your actual FOIA officer.
Understand, but I think we're looking at this specific thing to see if we have this document for you and if we can get this document to you today,
Okay.
or if it's within 5 days.
You mean the FOIA log?
FOIA. So that's what we're looking at right now, but I want to make sure that we can help figure this out right now, okay?
Okay.
Oh.
See, here goes another statute here. 5 ILCS 140, Section 5. As to public records prepared or received after the effective date of this act, each public body shall maintain, make available for inspection and copying a reasonable, current list of all types of categories or records under this control.
So here's my concern with just going back and forth on this. So if we're looking at section 3, 140-3, right?
Mhm.
Chapter 116, paragraph 203. Those, when we're looking at a section like that, A, B, C, D are all connected in this area. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So when we're talking about an inspection, shall promptly either comply or deny within 5 business days. D is connected to A, not disconnected. So
Again, sir,
it's
that's
just because it's not denying you if we're part of that 5 days.
Sir, again, that's one paragraph of 55 pages of the Freedom of Information Act. It further says in the statute, if the record is readily available, it does not require 5 days to produce, to gather, as I should say, not produce.
Okay. But it's not 50-something pages. We're talking about a specific area. So section 3, chapter 116, paragraph 203, we're talking about that section right now. So looking at just that right now, and then so we can address these issues one by one while we're
Sure.
So if I'm looking at that right there, chapter 116, paragraph 203, section A, that you're requesting, each public body shall make available to any person for inspection or copying all public records except as otherwise provided in section 7.8.5,
Mm-hmm.
which we'll go to next.
Yeah, well, those are exemptions.
So we'll go to those exemptions to talk through those. But that also, when you're discussing that, D applies to A. So in section 3, D, each public body shall promptly either comply with or deny a request for public records within 5 business days after its receipt of the request. So even if we say we're gonna look to see if we can comply with this, we have 5 business days to do so. Does that make sense?
Again, sir, that's only one paragraph of 55 pages.
You're interpreting this as something, as not reading it.
No, you're not reading the additional statutes that are provided in the Act.
So what we'll do at this point is we'll call our village attorney,
Sure, I'll wait here momentarily.
and we'll go on that.
See, sir, this is very healthy of a member of the public to come and inspect public records, as the first 2 paragraphs specifies, pursuant to the fundamental philosophy of the American constitutional form of government. It is declared to be the public policy of the state of Illinois that all persons are entitled to full and complete information regarding the affairs of government and the official acts and policies of those who represent them as public officials and public employees, consistent with the terms of this act. Such access is necessary to enable the people to fulfill their duties of discussing public issues fully and freely, making informed political judgments, and monitoring government to ensure that it is being conducted in the public interest. The General Assembly hereby declares that it is a public policy of the state of Illinois that access by all persons to public records promotes the transparency and accountability of public bodies at all levels of government. It is a fundamental obligation of government to operate openly and provide public records as expediently and efficiently as possible in compliance with this act. And I will be pulling up the specific statute, sir.
So to my knowledge, the only documents that I know of would be, the budget, which you have, ordinances or resolutions.
Ma'am, there's many other public records readily available. However, 3.5, okay. Okay, here we go. So this section right here of the FOIA Act, ma'am, is the duty of a FOIA officer. Damn, what the hell happened? Okay. Freedom, this section here, from that point to this point. It's a list of categories of documents that you're supposed to maintain.
So, my reading this whole thing,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Each public body shall designate 1 or more officials or employees to act as its Freedom of Information officer or officers, except in instances when records are furnished immediately.
That's
Freedom of
correct.
Information officers or their designees shall receive requests submitted to the public body under this act, ensures that the public body responds to requests in a timely fashion, and issue responses under this act. Freedom of Information officers shall develop a list of all documents or categories of records that the public body shall immediately disclose upon request.
Yes.
Upon receiving a request for a public record, the Freedom of Information officer shall note the date the public body receives the written request, compute the date. So it is saying it should be a written request for the document that you are looking for. note the date the public body receives the written request, compute the day on which the period for response, will expire. So,
But that, ma'am, that's a record that shall be furnished immediately.
mhm. So what record are you looking for?
Well, it's a list of categories of records that's supposed to be maintained by your FOIA officer of documents according to those words there, which is in the state statutes.
Mhm.
It's very healthy, ma'am, for this type of compliance. It's very healthy for this type of inspections to make sure that the government is conducting its business in a matter of public interest, according to the first two paragraphs. And by the way, I thank you for your professional act.
Just to let you know, I did call our village attorneys for them, and I'm waiting to hear back from them.
Sure.
As well as I left email for both of them that we usually contact with us, just so.
Cool.
I think we're some kind of bit of confusion here, so just try to figure that out, okay? So as soon as we hear back from them, I'll be able to give you our explanation, because it seems like we're having some kind of disconnect here where I'm confused with what the 5 business days of putting this record out, and you're telling me it doesn't relate to that, so that's fine.
Well,
I wanna
no,
make sure
sir.
what it goes by law.
Those were not my words there. My exact words were, you're looking at a paragraph of 55 different pages.
Correct.
Okay, and here's another statute here.
It's at this point.
But we'll go ahead and wait for your
We'll just wait for it.
response
That'd be
there.
great. And
Okay.
it might take a little bit, so feel free to be here, or you can wherever, so
Sure.
we'll be fine.
You're talking maybe within the next 10 minutes or so?
I don't know, but I did leave a message for 2 different people at the law firm to see if we can get in contact with them, and I also emailed them. So I
Okay,
did
cool.
both things at the same time, so hopefully I get a response back quickly. If not, we can always take your information.
Do you have a business card?
Yeah, I have a business card.
Sure. Pause.
So one of our other village officials is on the phone regarding this matter, so
Okay.
he's gonna be there for a couple minutes, so.
Sure.
So, but they're talking to our, one of our contacts, so we should be able to have an answer for you on this.
Okay, good enough. Hopefully it's not just words and it's actual statutes involved.
I'm not sure as far as I'm talking to the lawyer, so I need, we'll be able to at least have a firmer direction on our part, because I think there's a bit of confusion here that we can hopefully clear up.
Do you handle FOIA requests, sir?
I have. Yeah.
You have. Do you have a completed yearly training certificate for FOIA?
So right now, the FOIA training certificate program on the state of Illinois website was hacked this year, and it is down. So
So do you have a current one from the year of 2019, 2020?
it's listed on the state of Illinois website, from what I understand.
You don't have a printout?
I don't have a printout right now.
Okay.
So nothing to furnish right now.
Well, anyhow, I did file some FOIA requests here
Okay.
on a non-standard form. And I'll go ahead and be waiting for momentarily for that opinion there.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there any other information related to the FOIA request that you want to?
Yeah, well, sure. I did mention to the young lady here, Ms. Carey, that FOIA officers shall develop a list of documents or categories of records that the public body shall immediately disclose upon request.
So the ones that I know that we have on our website for immediate disclosure are contracts above a certain amount of
Is that a
public.
list of documents or categories of records
Yes.
that you have on the website?
Yeah.
Is that a one-page printout that you might
No,
be able to print?
It's more of a. Let me get. Do you want the link, or do you want?
No, if you're able to print out
Like I could do a
the one
screenshot of what it
page.
looks like?
Sure.
Yeah, I could do that.
A 1 page, 2 page maybe.
Yeah, it's usually
Now the first 50 pages are free. This seems like it's 200 pages. How much money do I owe you?
I don't, I could ask, I'll go ask,
Okay, sure. She
Denise.
did tell me it's for me to keep. However, if I owe money on this,
I
then
know
let's
the
discuss
village,
that.
the village produces so many a year too.
To give
and,
people, yep.
Yeah, so, because the budget document is a little bit.
Separate,
Separate from FOIA.
You're,
So
you're very informed, sir. You're very informed. However, we'd like you to be more informed.
Thank you. We'll get the next thing for you.
How many years have you been with the corporation, ma'am?
I have been here since 2004.
So you do have hard copy training certificates completed if I did request at a later time. Say 2015, 2016.
No, because I have not been doing that the whole time.
Oh,
I've been
okay.
here.
I see.
Some of our websites too.
Oh.
On our government transparency website,
Okay.
you can see what we have listed as far as documents that are readily available to the public.
Sure.
Our budgets and plans also.
Okay.
And then financial documents and plans, so what are,
Uh-huh.
anything on here is also readily available.
Yep, and does not require 5 business days.
Correct. Those are
Okay,
the things I
no,
know
no.
right off the bat, so if you look through that.
That's good enough. Sure.
And that's, we just added that government transparency page as part of our new website.
I will be reviewing this at a later time.
Okay.
Okay, sir, meanwhile, maybe the response from the attorney, if you could email me a copy of that response there, I'm going to go ahead and get going. After I receive a copy of this FOIA request here, I have 5 total requests for today. A list roster of all employees, include job duties, titles, and salaries. All recorded vacant properties, commercial and residential, recorded in the year of 2019. Last 100 FOIA requests to receive include response and determinations. And this could be found in the general fund, account number 101-205-115820. I narrowed it down. It's on page 76.
Okay.
It's the mileage reimbursement of the amount of $500 for the fiscal year of 2021.
Okay.
And number 5, final request is signed and dated oath of offices of mayor, clerk, and police chief.
Okay.
I did go ahead and include my email address there.
Cool.
If I could just get a
is-
timestamp copy.
So is this the 100 FOIA requests, is that what you were talking about?
Yeah, but it's going to be different than viewing the actual hard copy. Me receiving a PDF format of that is not going to be identical to the hard copy. So what I'll do is I'll wait for the response, wait for those records there, and then I may come back at a later time, the next 15, 20, 30 days, to view the actual hard copy after I get the opinion from your attorney.
So so just so I'm aware, the last 100 FOIA requests, when we're talking the log, that's what you're referring to as the log, right?
No, that's not the log. That's just the last 100. A
Okay.
FOIA log is similar, but it's not, because
so-
I didn't choose those words.
Reading through the statute, the only thing I was confused on is it a log for a certain month? Is it a log for a certain?
Yearly, annual FOIA
So you're
log.
looking for an annual log?
No, no, no. The exact thing what I'm looking for is those specific words.
Got it.
Yep.
So the log that we're looking for is different than number 3.
Yeah, well, because if I was looking to receive records of the annual log, I would choose those words there.
Okay.
Words matter when it comes to FOIAs.
Were you able to fill out the first part of this too?
No, that's not, there's no standard form required, sir. Okay. However, I do need a timestamp on there with the copy for my records and a copy for your FOIA officer.
Do we usually?
I could write down my...
We need your name, right?
No, sir. First name is not required. I could assure you I am a person. You do see me standing here. If you need to correspond, we could correspond via email.
I'll get it stamped.
Thank you.
Stamp.
No, yeah. The only thing that I was confused on is usually we require a name for a FOIA request, as our form states, but, he's not gonna,
Okay,
report
that's
a
fine.
name.
That's
So-
not a problem.
So we'll
Give us a name, that's not a problem.
do it by email and go.
Yeah.
What's your first name, sir?
My name is Chuck Miner.
You are the sworn clerk here.
I'm a deputy clerk to our village clerk, so I'm the assistant village manager.
Oh, good enough.
Yes,
You
sir.
don't have an oath of office, do you?
Not for the assistant village manager. I did take one as a deputy clerk.
Cool.
Uh,
Anyhow, thank you for your professional act, guys.
Okay, and if there's anything else you need from us,
I'm just waiting on a copy for that, and I'll be on my way.
You got it. And did you need anyone's business card or anything else to help you with
Do you
that?
have a business card?
I certainly do.
Sure.
Absolutely. So, there you are, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So, there's my name, my email, my phone number.
Cool.
So if you need anything from me, or if you take a look at the documents and it doesn't come out the way you thought it would, or there's something missing, just feel free to send me an email or give me a call and I can help.
My man, I may put you a 5-star review on Yelp.
All right. Well, thank you. That made my day. So,
Okay.
if there's anything that you need from us or anything you can do to help, we're happy to help and get you anything that you need. Or
Well,
anything you
compliance is the key, sir, and I thank you for your compliance.
request. Absolutely. We're here to help. So thank you very
Sure.
much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, you would ask for a copy of your card,
Sure.
right?
Thank you so much, ma'am. Have a
Okay,
blessed
thank
day.
you. You have a good day.
Oh, it doesn't have the stamp with the date.
receipt. Yeah, my stamp isn't working properly, so it does.
Not on this one. Oh, on the other side. That's good enough. Thank you. Merry Christmas. So that lit. Council chambers, restroom. That was compliance. Well, that. Audit them always encourages you to audit them. So what they don't know is that he said he reached out to his third-party attorney. Well, in the next request, I'm going to receive all those emails. So I'm going to see word for word what they were talking about. Meanwhile, while I'm waiting for their third-party attorney opinion. All right, guys, audit them always encourages you to audit them. I'm back with it, man. Today is December 2nd, I believe. 2021. Plenty love.